PDAC 2023 here in Toronto, and we are now here fully diving into the Athabasca Basin in Canada. And with me is Chris Frostad, CEO of Purepoint Uranium. Hi Chris, how are you?
Right. Very good, thanks. Good to see you again.
Good to see you. How's the show so far?
The show is busy. It's they had a pared down version in June. Things kind of were quieted down through the COVID years, but I think we're back in full swing right now. This is like just looking up and down the aisles, you can see this is about as busy as it tends to get. And I know a lot of people have been having trouble actually getting into Toronto because of the storm we had the other day, but everybody seems to be trickling in and filling up the place. It's great.
Great. So you are active in the Athabasca Basin for at least 20 years now.
It's been quite a while. We've got 12 projects right across the basin that we've picked up over the last 15, 20 years, you say. 2 of them are joint ventures with Cameco and Orano, and the rest of them we own 100%. I mean, in the middle there, as I mentioned before, it was kind of a quiet time when uranium sort of went out of favor for a few years. We were very fortunate in that we had done a fair amount of work on our 100% owned projects, and we were able to kind of put them on maintenance for a while. And we focused on that joint venture where the majors were really picking up a lot of the freight on that. So it really allowed us to keep active, keep busy, work our way through that slow period. And now as we see the capital markets coming back, uranium being seen as a critical metal, there's a lot of support from governments all over the place to have us out there looking hard. So the money's back, and we're putting it to good use out there on all of our projects.
Okay, let's dive into the projects. What are the most important projects?
The most important, well, one that we really get excited about, it continues to be Hook Lake. And Hook Lake is on the southwestern edge of the Athabasca Basin. It lies adjacent to and on trend with Fission's RRR deposit and NextGen's Arrow deposit. There's about 350 million pounds of uranium there, high-grade uranium. And then we're just to the north there, and we've been working with our partners Cameco and Orano for quite some time on that project. It excites us because we know that those partners cannot find up exploration budget for something that doesn't have the potential to come up with something big, 100 to 150 million pounds. So we know that they continue to be behind those projects and are as excited as we are about advancing it. So we are out at Hook Lake right now as we speak. We moved drills out there at the beginning of January, and we're moving into a new area. So we're doing some sort of preliminary wider steps, getting a sense of what's out there and where we're going to need to do some more deep diving. But it's so far so good out there in that end of the province.
Okay, so Hook Lake drilling. What else
well,
can we await for 2023?
Sure. So we are also on the eastern side of the basin working on a project called Red Willow. It's right on the edge of the basin, so the drilling is rather shallow. And it's a project that we've been chasing a lot of uranium mineralization that we've been finding in the area. So again, we've got drills out there since the beginning of January. We are going to be drilling out there probably for another month or so, and hitting a lot of different targets that are again showing a lot of promise right now. So we're focusing on that project now. Come the summer, we'll probably be doing some more helicopter work. So there's projects that are easier to get to in the summer, like such as Turner Lake, Carson is another project we will be drilling this summer. So I mean, now that things are cooking again, now that we've got access to capital, and we're talking about projects that we've had in the pipeline for a while, so they're ready to drill. We're getting out there and poking holes in the ground.
Okay. So you mentioned that you're working together with Cameco and Orano.
Yes.
So they are 2 of the most important uranium companies worldwide.
They're 2 of the largest suppliers of uranium, for sure.
That's right. How is working with them, and do they have director positions in Purepoint? And the third question, do you get a kind of fee, management fee for your work?
Well, yeah, so we own 21% of the project. They each own 39.5%. We are the operator and have been since kind of the inception of our relationship. They're actually quite fascinating to work with. They've got a lot of expertise. When we have we'll have technical committee meetings a couple times a year and show what we're doing or make proposals. They fill the room with their technical staff and throw stones at us and really dig in, which is helpful. It's hugely helpful. And Obviously our objectives tend to be a little bit different. They've got a 5 to 10 year horizon outlook that they're looking to find feed for their mills. Yeah. Our outlook is usually about 5 to 10 weeks, so it's it's a little bit different as a junior working and managing projects for a major. But it's a great relationship, and we really appreciate them.
Okay, so much exploration work and much drilling to come this year and the next months means you need money. So what's cash in the bank?
Right now we've got about $3.5 million in the bank. We will probably be raising more money before the summer to keep things going. We've generally been, so over the last year or two, as things have cooked up again, we've been spending approximately $5 million in the ground a year, which is a pretty good pace. People are spending more, but I think it's a bit of a careful process we have to go through to find this stuff. So we will, like I say, we'll probably do another raise before the summer, and get back out in the field. But the programs and financial incentives for investors that we have available for us in Canada to do work in Canada has made it very attractive for investors and much easier for us to get backing on these projects.
Okay. What would you say makes Purepoint Uranium unique in comparison to your competitors or to your peer group?
Well, I think first of all we've got a very large portfolio of projects. We're not staring down the barrel of one major project. We've got 12 projects. They're all at various stages of advancement, and as we go out and systematically work through the targets and work through the opportunities, we continue to have a lot of work that we'll always continue to be able to do. We're not going to run out of things opportunities out there. I think second of all, our partners are huge. They validate the prospectiveness of the projects, a couple of the projects we have. They help us with, they're always helpful on some of our other projects. They'll take an eye at and let us know what they think there. And they've been financially and technically supportive for many years, and I think that's important. It's been very important for us. And I think finally, just with the amount of time we've been out there, we have quite deep understanding now of things, of the technical aspects of the basin from east to west. And every time somebody finds something new, we have peers that have done very well. They've found new things over the last year or two that quite frankly were in places we didn't think there was uranium. And it allows you then to go back through the portfolio and say, okay, wait a minute, we got to take another look at this. We were looking at this sideways. And so these new opportunities don't just come out of the ground, they come out of what we see other people doing in the basin, and they make us look at our projects differently from month to month. So I think collectively we're maximizing the odds of being the next big discovery out there.
That sounds purely great to me, Chris. Okay, so thank you very much, Chris, for this insight into your company and your projects.
Thank you.
And all the best for the next months for your drilling campaign and all the exploration work. And we keep fingers crossed that we see some very great results.
Stay tuned. Thanks a lot.
Thanks.
Good to see you again.
Thanks. So that was Chris Frostad, the CEO of Purepoint Uranium. Yeah, you heard it. Much work to do in the next months. Much news to come. And I would say check out this very interesting company, make your own research, and bye-bye from Toronto.